This episode is sponsored by the Fairfax Football Academy, the best QB training and development in all of Northern Virginia. Follow on Instagram at Fairfax Football Academy. You'll be happy that you did. All right, welcome back to All Hitches, America's #1 Nova football podcast. Coach Mesa, how are you this evening, buddy?
Oh, I'm tired. My wife's birthday was this weekend, and I planned our big birthday party, and I did all the planning, and I am exhausted. And I realize now that I do not know where utensils are in the house, so it was really difficult to figure out what the serving spoons were. So,
well, happy birthday to the better half of my All Hitches host, and I hope you guys had a good time. And
yeah, it was great.
That's good. Now you can get well rested and rest up, and I mean, you're how was the weather up there? I'm up north, my friend. I'm in the land of meat and potatoes, as they say.
Actually, so I don't know if you know this, but it was 90 degrees and sunny on Saturday.
Well, up there or down there?
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yes.
Jeez.
It's back to rainy today.
Yeah, it was rainy and gloomy here all week.
Because again, my wife's birthday party, I was like, I'm gonna have all these people stuck in my house. Nope. Everyone could sit outside.
Oh, wow.
It was amazing. Yeah.
I had no idea. If I was there, I would have made my kid mow the lawn. Lucky I wasn't there. And so I'm here in Pittsburgh and I want people to recognize this. This is the two guys grinding right here. This is me getting that 25th carry of the game. Coach, I'm ready. Give me the ball. I'll get that first down. Put me in, coach.
There you go.
And I'm getting that carry. Here I am, late night in Pittsburgh. Got a sandwich over there waiting for me. Little Pimenti Brothers sandwich. I'm ready to go, buddy. I really don't have that sandwich, but
got the jacket on. It's a little cold there in your room.
Yeah, okay. I'm in the hotel room. I turned that freaking AC to like 65, buddy. Oh man, nothing better than the hotel AC. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Bad takeout, AC cranked up.
Yeah,
here we go, man. Let's go. And got to see my kid play against Mount Union, so that was kind of nice too. Yeah, buddy. All right, man. Well, I'll tell you what. Crazy. I was in town for Friday night. Left Saturday morning, so I was able to see, as you were as well, some of the games. Lots to talk about, buddy. Lots to talk about these week 5 matchups. But we got other things to talk about first, buddy. We got some other things to talk about. We got some players of the week, don't we?
We do. Some deserving kids out there who really put in the work and showed on Friday nights.
Yeah, buddy. Well, let's start like we always do from the top. We'll start with the National District, and and we made a call a couple weeks ago, and we said, hey, give us your linemen, right? Give us your linemen. We haven't gotten any linemen yet. I'm still looking for that. I'd love to get some linemen.
Definitely want to get some more linemen.
But we got some. Speaking of meat and potatoes, we got a linebacker here coming out of National. We got a linebacker from Edison. We got Tyler Tate with 8 tackles the other night against Wakefield.
Yeah, definitely. Good night having 8 tackles, going out there. Playing well. Way to show out the defensive side and really kind of stick your nose in there and help make stops for your team. That's
right, Tyler Tate. Way to go, buddy. And that's a solid Edison team. That was a close game, and we'll talk about that later. Patriot. We've got D'Angelo Duarte.
Yeah.
270 yards rushing. Is that correct? Is that a typo? Is that a typo?
No. D'Angelo Duarte and almost 10 yards of carry, and bringing the end to the 17-game losing streak of AC on homecoming at that.
Homecoming.
I mean,
the man's a hero,
right? Almost 300 yards rushing, break the winless streak on homecoming night. I mean,
the man's a hero. The only thing missing for that guy is scoring a touchdown and then proposing to a cheerleader after he scored. The only thing missing, right? I mean, right? Storybook. You snap the losing streak, right? You scored a touchdown. You're the MVP of the game. It's homecoming night. I mean, there's movies made about this guy.
Yeah, he'll remember that. He'll remember that for the rest of his life.
Yeah. Congrats to him.
Yeah, he'll be dining out on that one.
Yeah. All right, I got a good one for you.
Okay.
Centerville defense in the Concord, led by who? Tell us who it's led by.
Led by So unfortunately, we don't know who it's led by. There was a pick 6 in the game that was the only score of the game.
Yes, it was.
We were searching for this guy. So if anybody knows who this player is, what his name was, send it to us so we can put him out in our tweet. But Yeah, right now is who is that masked man?
It is who is that masked man, the Lone Ranger.
It's
So
the Lone
Centerville,
Ranger right there.
so Centerville D, congratulations. You pitched a shutout, so the entire defense gets a player of the week. But led by your guy who scored the on the pick six, who we just want to know who it is. And we
He
looked all
who
over
should be
Twitter.
shall be remain nameless.
Yeah, I mean we searched everywhere, Twitter. No one said anything. I'm surprised no one said his name anywhere. So yeah, and that's why it helps coaches to get us the stats when you guys can. Because we're digging through stuff. But Centerville D, congratulations. 11 angry men. 11 angry
Yeah.
men.
What a performance on the defensive side of the football for them.
Oh man, huge win.
And
Huge
we'll
win.
talk about their game.
Yeah. All right, Liberty District, Liberty, Marshall again. The powers that be at Marshall. Josh Payne. Josh bringing the pain.
Yeah.
77-yard touchdown reception in the air. 88-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. That's a big play guy.
Yeah, that's 150 for 2 touches. I mean, that's 75 yards a touch.
Yeah, that's impressive stuff. So Josh bringing the pain. Nice job. All right, we go out west, young man. We go out west for these last two. We've got Cedar District. We've got
Cedar Run.
Cedar Run. We've got our man. We've talked about him before, but he's never won the award. Good old Tyler Knutson, 4 touchdown passes for Patriot.
Yeah, I mean, another one of the triplet schools that we have, and definitely deserving of that.
Yeah, man. Congratulations to Knutson. That's a fantastic performance. And then rounding things out in Cardinal, we got Nasir Johnson from Garfield. Nasir Johnson scored a touchdown. I mean, they had a huge win, right?
Yeah, big win against opening night for Freedom for Freedom's first game out. But I've liked Garfield all year, but he looks like he had a fantastic night that night.
Yeah, so congratulations to that young man.
Yeah.
Now, we are not done, my friend. As you know, this is your favorite segment of the show.
Yeah.
Your favorite segment of the show. Talk about it.
So Marshall had a 99-yard. That's the longest interception return that you can have for a touchdown in high school, because if you're on defense and you pick up the ball in the end zone, it's a dead ball. You can't. It's a touchback. So he had a 99-yard return. It was an outside linebacker. Gonzalez Zunino is his last name.
Nice.
Yeah. It was a pass deflection, but to go 99, I mean that's a long way to go. So that's what you do those long wind sprints for, right? When you're trying to practice to get that one right there. But he probably got a wind run on that one. Probably not nearly as tired as you normally get when you run those long wind sprints.
That is fantastic. 99. I wonder if that's a Marshall record. That's pretty impressive.
I mean, it's got to be, right? Because you can't go longer than.
You can't. He's 99. At least at the very least he tied the all-time record.
But my guess is he probably has it. I mean, what's he
probably has it. You're right. And Marshall's been around a long time.
Yeah. Any
congratulations.
Any Marsh people who know what the record is, or know if he did set it?
I'm glad
if there's not a record, he did set it.
Yes, and if you don't know, then he did set it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. That's the way it works. Okay, that's the way it works. So congratulations to a young say Gonzalez
Zanino.
Yeah, Zanino. Congratulations to him. Fantastic. Congrats to all of our players of the week and highlight winners of the week, right?
Yeah, and we'll definitely be in contact with you trying to get your write-up to you.
Yes, sir. All right, buddy. Well, let's get into it, man. We had a Fab 5 games, and we had a couple that were close, but all in all, week 5, didn't really deliver those moments that last week delivered, right? A lot of nail biters last week.
I don't know. I mean, we had a couple games that were all the way up to the last second.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about it, buddy. We're going to talk about it. Let's start off with one that it was a game. It was a ball game. Team took a lead early, but the other team came back a little bit. Let's talk about Fairfax Braddock, my man.
Yeah, I mean, it was really surprising that Bragg jumps out to a 28-0 lead. It looks like they're just kind of walk away with it. Fairfax was really not playing well with themselves, for themselves. But they Braddock looked like they're in total control. And it's really interesting when I was watching the game. They're up 28-0, and then I believe Fairfax fumbles the ball again. And Braddock has the ball, and they're about to go up 35-0 in the first half. and then they don't get it. And
Mhm.
it's one of those things you're like, oh, that's almost like you kind of left the door was about to shut, right? You're about to shut, you're about
Yeah.
to deadbolt in 35-0 at the half. I mean, it's just a really hard game to come back from.
Right.
And they didn't get it. And I think Fairfax scores on that drive to make it 28-7.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden they kind of get hope. And then they proceed to run the ball really well and get themselves all the way back to 28-21. And just and I think we've talked about before that when you get a big lead and then all of a sudden now you're thrust back into a game where you've kind of on your guard now for a minute. It's really hard to kind of get yourself back. But a credit to Braddock for kind of settling themselves back down, getting back control of the game, and they end up winning the game 35-21.
Yeah. I'm impressed with you and I were talking throughout, watching different games, but I kept seeing the score there, and I'm like, man, that's very un-Fairfax like.
Yeah.
Now I will say this because Fairfax is a good team. We'll talk about our top 10 list later. And I feel like they've had some unfortunate moments, right? Because the Oakton game, remember the Oakton game, they had that game in hand, and then there was a couple turnovers.
Yeah.
And there was right.
But I think when you're a run-based team, those fumbles can really hurt you, and especially on the comebacks when you're attempting to come back. Sometimes it can make it difficult just because of the nature of the game you're trying to play.
They came back in that game. They came storming back. Interesting. If you're Braddock, I wonder if you want to see Fairfax again on a cold night in November. It'll be an interesting matchup again if it happens.
I don't think you ever want to see a team twice, especially in football.
I agree. I agree.
It's really. I mean, case in point was the Fairfax South Carolina, right?
That's it.
I don't think you ever want to see a team twice, especially a quality team that's really well coached like Fairfax.
Yeah, no, I 100%. All right, buddy. Well, second game, it was a Saturday game. We had the Battle of Reston.
Yeah.
Now we talked about this. We said Battle of Reston. Okay. If you want to show up at Reston Town Center and have a nice meal. All right. Now I didn't know that was going to be the battle cry all week for Herndon.
Yeah.
But apparently, going to Reston Town Center and having a nice meal, very important to those young men, and I get it. All right.
Yeah. So I know you know a little about what happened. Why don't you go ahead and break it down so we.
Yes, I'm trying to find my notes right now from the game. As far as the final score goes, before I even get into that, final score of that one was 26-14. So they ended up winning by 2 scores. And it's funny because I'm looking at my social media feed and I'm seeing this is a big deal over there with the cup. They have the Reston Cup. I mean, these coaches and players are taking the cup home tonight. They're celebrating with it. It looks like the Stanley Cup, my friend.
Do they really?
Oh, you haven't seen this?
I mean, they take it home.
I made that part up, but
okay.
They might take it home. Why not? They're taking it home. Everyone's taking it home. So, a couple things. One, Braden Humphreys. I mean, he's the guy over at Herndon. He had a huge game. Yeah, he had over 100 yards. Okay. Ethan Bueller. Okay. Another guy stepped up for Herndon, had a big game. 3 broken tackles on his run.
Wow.
They had control of that game. Okay. A big kick return as well in that game. Really, it was very close to being probably a 4-score differential game. One of South Lake's scores was I think it was their second score. Okay. It was they got her South Lake's caught Herndon with their pants down and on a double pass, a halfback double pass.
The good old trick play, huh?
Good old halfback double pass. So really, I mean, that's one of South Lake's 2 scores right there. So her outstanding job with the Herndon defense, kind of shutting South Lakes down in that game.
Yeah.
We've all been there. Things aren't going your way. You're down 3 scores. All right. Well, go into the bag of tricks. Go into the bag of tricks.
Right.
So, South Lakes has won this battle. I think you had the exact.
I think 9 in a row is what I said.
9 in a row. So, Herndon came in there with a chip, on the shoulder.
Yeah.
And they went out there and performed. I mean, and they proved they walked away. They are the better team as of right now, the same way South Lakes was the last 8 times.
Yeah. And Southing's been struggling a little bit, right? And so they went in. I mean, it sounds. I know that you were talking about how it could have been a bigger game, but it's a rivalry game, right? It's a rivalry game. Those kids. I mean, and a Saturday morning rivalry game sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, and then another guy that really got coach is talking about him was a guy named Nana Apu for Herndon. Maybe their best D lineman. He had 2 big sacks in the game in key situations that kind of iced the game there. So Herndon defense really, and which is not a shocker. You and I talk about this all the time. Coach Richards and that defense kind of led the way. And there you go. Herndon, congratulations. You guys are the Reston champs. You guys can go to Reston Town Center on Coach Mesa. He'll buy you guys a meal next time he sees you there.
All right.
Outstanding. All right, buddy. Moving on. Right down the line. A really good one. We talked about it earlier, so we were not giving anything away here. Oakton and Centerville. Nailed it.
It was a great game back and forth. I will say this. Centerville kept on shooting themselves in the foot. They kept on letting Oakton hang around. I think if I remember correctly, they had about 3 trips inside the 10 where they get a holding call, and then all of a sudden, a 1st and goal or 2nd and goal from like the 15. That's tough to do to try to get those 20 yards back. But credit to Oakton hanging around. I know that Centerville's defense looked really good. Both defenses looked really good. Both kind of got key stops when they needed it. And I'm watching this game, and I'm like, Oakton's hanging around. They're hanging around. I thought that Centerville looked like the better team. And the tough thing is, right, trying to break that. How many years? What I say, 7 years? Without a Concord win. Trying to break that win is a difficult thing to do, and you could tell, just trying to get past the mindset of breaking through it was a tough one on Oakton, and then Oakton is struggling on offense till that last drive, and they get down. It's 1st and goal from the 5, and Centerville does a goal line stand, 4 downs with 5 yards to defend, and they're able to keep them out of the end zone. I mean, it was if you like offensive football, probably not your cup of tea. But if you like watching defensive football, it was really good. It was really good. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Coach Slay still doing his thing over there. And again, we get it. No coach, wants to talk about moral victories all the time. But I mean, when's the last time they played Centerville that close?
Right. It's been a while.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, to know that you had it and they won it on a pick 6.
Yeah.
So, I mean, both young teams too, by the way. Centerville's young too.
Yeah.
So little by little turning the tides over there. So, keep it up.
Yeah.
2 young teams and solid coaching staffs.
Yeah.
All right. Next one up. This might have been the nail biter, right? West Springfield, 29. Yorktown, 28 in overtime.
Yeah.
In overtime.
Yeah. So I if I remember correctly, Yorktown mixed their PAT.
Yes.
Yeah. And the West Springfield, the cardiac kids, right?
They are the cardiac.
Another
kids.
game-winning, walk-off kick.
Another cardiac kicks. We're going to call Walrath the quarterback. We're going to call him Sipes or Kozar. The way he's engineering those comebacks, ice in his veins. Anyone who remembers the old Cleveland Browns out there appreciates our, commentary there, right?
And they can hold on to the claim. Coach Hansen is winless at West Springfield.
Yes, you're right.
He's got to wait another week, right, to get that win number 300.
You are correct. And I mean, to do it, look, kicking is tough, right? I mean, kickers, we always make that joke, the Rich Eisen joke. Kickers and punters are people too.
Yeah.
I mean, holy smokes. But you got to give credit to, you talk about ice in the veins once again, and we're going to say his name on here because he deserves it. He just, the junior kicker from West Springfield, Christian Sadek.
Yeah.
Okay, Christian Sadek. Boots, what did he do last week? 44-yarder.
Yeah.
Clock winding down for the game. This time it's not 44 yards. An extra point, I mean, as Yorktown found out, the play series before that, it's not a gimme, especially in high school.
Yeah, and I believe in college. And I believe Davies had a big night too for West Springfield.
Davies had a big night. We call him Ernest Biner from these cardiac kids.
Yeah, but looks like West Springfield after struggling early on is kind of ride the ship because man, the Patriot is wide open, isn't it?
Yeah.
With Lake Braddock win.
Yeah.
Now West Springfield's like, well, if we can get Braddock, now all of a sudden, we have a 4-way tie with we're gonna have to go to tiebreakers.
Yeah, they have a receiver named I think it's Javon Austin over there, not Tavon Austin, but he looked like Tavon Austin watching that film.
Yeah,
Javon Austin also. So I mean, West Springfield now starting to come on now, right? You got it. I think I said it last week. You and I were talking about them. Sometimes teams hang around. I remember Ric Flair, the way he'd hang around in a battle royal.
Yeah,
kind of hang out in the corner. He's all bloodied. People forget about him. They forgot about him, and next thing you know, he's winning the battle royal. Watch out for West Springfield.
Was Ric Flair the guy who used to roll underneath the ropes because
he'd roll under, he'd hide, he'd chill. He just, kind of just gather himself, right? Like everyone else. I think West Springfield, they played Hayfield early on.
Yeah.
Right. And a couple tough games early on. Then people forgot about him.
Yeah.
And I keep an eye on West Springfield. Keep an eye on West Springfield.
Yeah.
Cardiac kids, baby. Cardiac kids. I like it. All right. Moving on. All right, staying with the Fab Five. See, like we said, it was going to be it was on the marquee, preseason marquee.
Yeah.
Ended up becoming, big news for other reasons. I mean, it might be the biggest blowout in South County's history, short history, right? They haven't been around for, it's one of the newer schools in the county, but 63-0, man, talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, Hayfield's so dominant right now. And I think I mean they were harassing Orth all night, and we don't know because it's not the NFL exactly where their injuries are stacking up. I mean, we had heard early on they lost a lot of kids, and we don't know if they're healthy or not. But that defense, that defense is just so aggressive. Mm-hmm. I mean, I remember I texted you and I said they're making fast teams look slow because they're so fast.
Because South County is a fast team.
It's a fast team.
Yes.
And the other thing is really amazing to me is the fact that Isaiah French and Victor O'Denison are not signed yet.
Yeah.
The fact that those kids are not signed is really just kind of surprising to me. And then defensively, like I said, Mateo Kamarek, Kamark might be his last name. I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. How he's not got an offer. And then they have a DB. Last name is Hughes. Jakari Hughes, I believe. Mm-hmm. I might be wrong. But they have some really quality kids that I don't see how those kids aren't getting looks. I mean, those kids are really talented. French in particular, the fact that Isaiah French is not a conversation anywhere of having Power 5 offers, or I haven't seen any yet, is just mind-boggling to me. I guess I'm not a smart person. I guess I don't know a lot about I don't know a lot about the way college football works, but I look at that kid, I'm like, I don't see where his downside is.
It's actually not you, buddy. It's not you. It's the scouting process is flawed, as a lot of high school coaches know. Yeah, right. So it's a very flawed process.
Yeah. And this is probably Hayfield's last big test for the. I know they play this in private school in Maryland that I don't know anything about, so maybe they're good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
I know.
But but you're right. In Nova, this was it, because now I mean they'll have net conference play, and national. Not the strongest year in the history of national this year. Right. So yeah, this is probably the last of the tough Nova tests for them until we get the playoffs.
We get to playoffs, and even then, right? I mean, for them to go in and beat up South County the way they did, and South County, no. I mean, man, they're good. I mean,
they are explosive. Greatest show on turf. We've been saying the greatest.
I would love to see someone give them a fight. I'd love to see. So because I want to see them be challenged, and I'm hoping somebody out there can give them. I'm not rooting against them. I just want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see their athletes have.
Oh man, I get it. I get it.
To compete.
You're a fight fan.
Yes.
Yeah. Look, I'm a fight fan. South County is a top tier opponent. Yeah. But when you don't want to see, I want to see Canelo Alvarez fight the other top tier opponents. Right. I don't want to see Canelo Alvarez fight, a middle tier guy.
Yeah.
Right. I want to see Canelo Alvarez fight, and if you're a boxing fan, Benavidez, right? A guy that, is equal superpowers, right? I think we got to wait on that. I think it's coming. But it's not going to happen right now in the regular season, right? I think it's just not.
it's fun every now and then to watch Mike Tyson knock out Leon Spinks. But if you got to watch it every time, I mean,
Right.
it's not fun to watch. I want to, I want to see a great athlete. I want to see great athletes, compete at a level where they're not just kind of,
Right. And like I said, I think it's coming. And you're getting ahead of yourself, my friend. We got a top 10 coming later on, and we'll talk about this kind of stuff. All right. All right. I think we're winding down here on the 5. I think I just went over 5, and it doesn't matter because we're going to go over all the best of the rest anyway.
Yeah.
So we're going to start right now, starting with the best of the rest. So, starting with Annandale. Annandale, they lost 38-0 to a private school, Bishop Ireton. It is what it is, right? You're playing Bishop Ireton. You don't know what you're getting with some of these private schools year to year.
Right. Yeah, and Annandale still. I mean, it looks. I mean, looking at their scores, it seems like they're improving from last year.
Yeah,
it's working.
Getting their footing still.
Yeah.
Coach is still kind of figuring things out over there. Got to be patient. Yep. All right. Next up, Chantilly and Madison. Speaking of teams, Benavidez, teams that are going to give Canelo a fight for his money.
Yeah.
Madison's one of those. Madison wins 43-13 against Chantilly. Okay. That's a tough defense, man. That's a tough defense.
And it's a tough draw for Chantilly, right? To get Hayfield and Madison on back-to-back weeks is not
back-to-back weeks.
It's not something when you're a team like Chantilly who's improved greatly.
Right.
Definitely would probably like a break in between those two.
Yeah.
Try to work some things out.
Yeah, and those two scores, by the way. I mean, I don't care first quarter or fourth quarter. I don't care when those scores came. There's a lot of teams that can't score in Madison.
Right.
So, good for Chantilly not giving up and keeping their head up in that game.
Yeah.
All right. Edison Wakefield shootout time, my friend.
Yeah.
34-26 Wakefield. Here they come, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, all credit to Wakefield, right? I mean, they looks like they've really improved. So
yeah. And I mean, I like you and I talked about this. We keep hearing week in and week out from their opponents saying how fast they are.
Yeah.
How athletic they are. So good for them. All right. Edison had some guys that played well. They got some guys banged up right now.
Right.
Edison does. So they got to get healthy. All right. Going down the list, my friend. Langley with a really impressive win. I spoke to some people this week that were Langley people. I mean, Langley fans.
Yeah.
And they were worried. They were like, this Lightridge team. You don't know what we're going to be able to do against these guys. They're pretty good. They got that one Division I receiver. But Langley wins big, 38-13. I'm telling you, keep an eye on the Saxons, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, they're undefeated, right?
They are. And there's actually, hate to say it, I'm not going to jinx anybody. Maybe I'm a bit of a jinxer, as you know, when I drafted McCaffrey, my number 1 pick in fantasy this year, buddy. And I apologized before I drafted him. You remember that? You were right there.
You did apologize to me, yes.
I said I'm sorry. Langley, there's whispers now. There's whispers. Nick Bonacani is getting a little worried. There are some people out there that are getting worried. Okay, Brian Greasy, Bob Greasy, they're all getting worried. So the champagne is being put away for now.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on Langley, but I'm impressed with what I'm seeing.
Yeah, there's some games coming for Langley, and I'm going to be super excited to watch.
Yeah.
That'll definitely be our game, be in our top 5.
Langley's becoming a Fab 5 team.
Oh, yeah.
They are. They really are. All right. Speaking of Fab 5 teams, you know where I stand on this one, buddy. Marshall and McLean.
Yeah.
Marshall, big win, 42-3.
Big win. Just Marshall continue to show kind of their dominance. And also big district win for them, right?
Yes. Marshall, Marshall's pretty an impressive team too. I mean, them and Marshall and Langley, talking about game of the week, huh?
Yeah.
Game of the week coming right there, buddy.
Yes.
All right. And speaking of, and Langley in that game had some guys step up. They got a few injuries too.
Yeah. Ronkovitz didn't play.
There's a couple guys that I'm actually going to give respect to right this second because, I was waiting for this moment. My friend. Talked about it. So they had Eberline. Eberline step in at running back. He has 88 yards rushing. You got to respect that. Sandberg keeps doing his thing with 250, yards plus passing, right? and then D-Rod, tight end, 84 or receiver, sorry, 84 yards receiving yards. So again, Langley finds a way to get it done. Injuries, no injuries, whatever.
Is the head if they go undefeated? I know we're a little early jumping. If they go undefeated or they win Liberty, that interim coach has got to be
coach. That's coach.
I mean, he's got to be the coach of the year, right?
Yeah, coach.
Pottinger.
Yeah. So Coach Pottinger, if Coach P, I'm going to call him Coach P until I find out how to say it. I don't know if it's a hard G or a soft G. Either way, Coach P, that's the man right there. That's the man. They rallied around him. They love him. Community loves him. The team loves him. Administration loves him. I love him. You love him. We all love him.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. You're looking at a coach of the year candidate right there, my friend.
100%, 100%.
So I mean, you ask around, people will tell you. Ask the Herning guys; they'll tell you that he's doing a good job over there.
Oh yeah, he's doing a fantastic job for sure.
So yeah, I'm a Langley guy. I'm a Langley guy. Rest of the season, I like what I'm seeing from them. All right, continuing down, Mount Vernon and Lewis. 51-0. Mount Vernon off the schneid.
Yeah, Mount Vernon finally got kind of got the big win. Tough thing for Coach Choate over there at Lewis.
Yeah, I love Coach Choate.
Yeah,
he's doing good stuff. It wasn't your night. It's going to happen sometimes.
Yeah,
it's going to happen sometimes. And that's what you got to remember. Mount Vernon struggled a little bit, but that connection. You and I kept talking about. Like, man, when is that going to? That's a top tier connection.
Yeah.
When are we going to see that kind of light it up again?
Yeah, and looks like they've kind of
Now we didn't have their stats because it wasn't sent to us.
Yeah. But I'd imagine they probably had a pretty big night.
Somebody at Mount Vernon was doing something.
Yeah.
Right. All right, going down the list. Huge win, maybe game of the week, maybe win of the week. I don't know. It's up there. Robinson and West Potomac, but Robinson's back. Sean Blair and Robinson are back. I'm declaring it right now.
But I mean, it was a story of runs, right? I mean, Robinson's up 24-0. West Potomac takes the lead, 24, scores 27 unanswered, and then Robinson
at West Potomac, by the way, at West
Potomac. So definitely looks like Robinson's got a chance to possibly get back in the playoff.
The resurrection of the Rams. Everyone thought the Ram was dead.
Yeah,
the Ram came back, baby. The Ram is alive and well.
Yes.
Good Robinson. Don't sleep on Robinson these next few weeks either, my friend. All right. WNL, another team that continues to roll. WNL over Falls Church, 49-14.
Yeah, I know it's close in the first quarter. I think it was it might have been 14-7, I think, in the first quarter. So, Coach Coogan was definitely has guys prepared, but he's still rebuilding that program while WNL looks like they're rolling right now.
Yeah. I mean, Coach Coogan is, he's doing the right things. It's going to take time. That's a tough matchup. WNL is rolling right now.
Yeah.
I can't wait for some of this Liberty play.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. It's going to be really good.
Yeah.
All right. Westfield versus Justice. 71-0, my friend. 71-0.
Westfield's pretty talented, and Justice is still trying to build that program. So
yeah. Now the one thing we will say, because that's a big win, and a lot of people say, maybe that matchup shouldn't be happening, and it's a little bit, one-sided of the opponents. I will say this: Westfield played 81 guys, right? They were not trying to run it up.
Yeah.
Okay. 81 guys in the game. They had not one. I got some stats here. They're going to blow your mind. They're going to blow your mind, my friend. Okay. Not one guy had more than 3 carries.
Wow. And so, I mean, that means you're doing the things the right way, right?
Right. You're trying to not blow them up. The QB threw 5 passes.
Yeah.
Right. That's.
And but this will be the key when we start talking about what I think should happen to Virginia football as far as classification go. I think there needs to be some real geography. Cannot be the only thing that kind of gets together anymore. But that is a conversation we'll have. And
buddy, we're gonna have fun with this in the offseason. Yes, we'll have fun with it in the offseason.
Yeah.
Changes need to be made, buddy, and you and I could be trailblazers in that change.
Make us commissioner of VHSL. We'll fix everything in a day.
Fix it all in a day. Just ask my wife. I fixed nothing at the house. Um, a couple more stats that I thought were really impressive that other teams could probably follow this, right? I mean, this is pretty, again, yeah, they did win 71-0, which is a big win. But, you had another 6 different kids scored their first varsity touchdowns ever.
Yeah. I mean,
it wasn't your same old guys scoring.
Yeah. No. But I've liked Coach Blosser since he was at Robinson. When we were coaching against him,
Yes.
that shows that he wasn't trying to run it up. But sometimes, your program is built, and sometimes you're trying to rebuild your program. And
yeah, I mean, it just happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Right. I think it was Jeff Goldblum. Nature finds a way.
Nature does find a way.
Nature finds a way sometimes. A big Jeff Goldblum guy. All right. Big Jurassic Park guy. All right. So that was Westfield Justice. Woodson at AC. So I was watching that one for a little bit. Big win for AC, right? Big win for AC, 22-0. Game was, I don't know, stopped short a little bit. Some personal fouls or something. I'm not really sure. Well, it's hard to tell on the camera, on the VHS or the NFHS camera what was going on. But they snapped the losing streak. That's huge. And then as far as Woodson goes, we'll see what happens. Coach Pilson.
They put up a good fight for quite a bit.
They did. It was 10-0. I think 10-0 at half.
I think it was 10-0. I mean, middle of third or something like that.
Middle of third, yeah. Look, Coach Pilson's no stranger. I mean, to coaching and tough seasons, and so I'm sure he'll have his guys ready to go next week. All right, and then they got a game against Braddock. I'm sure he'll have them ready to go for that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and that kind of rounds up the Fairfax and Arlington games. But my friend, there's a little bit more here. We had some games out west. Go west, young man. Go west to Prince William. We had Woodbridge with a big win over Hilton. Big win.
Yeah. A lot of really tough matchups this week over in the Woodbridge area this week.
I mean, Hilton got some injuries. Yeah. Going through some stuff there. But like I was talking about Coach Pilson a second ago, Coach VA. He didn't just start coaching last week. He's been around the block a few times.
Yeah.
All right. We got Forest Park, the big win over Potomac.
Yeah.
Forest Park. The hard running of Forest Park. Hard run.
Yeah.
We got Garfield with the big win over Freedom.
Yeah.
Big win. Freedom making
return to free football, and so
making his debut.
They actually put a team together, right? I mean, so
they did. Kudos to them.
They won. Coach Rona won because they played, right?
I mean, it's straight arrow, Gennaro playing it. Didn't have to have a season, but he found a way to get it done.
Found a way to get it done. I think that's credit to the Freedom program that they were able to scrounge it to get the kids together to be able to play a varsity game. So
I agree. Kudos to them. Battlefield over Freedom South Riding, a lot of big wins out west.
Yeah, a lot of matchups out there.
Yeah, Freedom South Riding, they never quit. We talk about them.
Yeah.
They they'll find a way to kind of they'll keep their heads up after that game, and they're doing their things the right way over there. And I'm sure just keep working, keep grinding. It'll you're not going to play a team like Battlefield every week.
Right.
All right, Gainesville, big win over OP.
Over OP, yeah.
And then Patriot, another big win over Unity Reed with our guy Knudsen with the 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, there's the best of the rest, my friend. But wait, there's more. There's more. You're getting money's worth every time, my friend. Every time you get your money's worth here.
That's what everyone's been waiting for, right? I think everyone just waits for this, right?
Here we go. The top 10. The most important. I've heard the other top 10s. I've heard top 5s. I've heard them. I've heard it all. This is the real top 10. The other ones are all bupkis. This is the real top 10.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. First thing I'm going to say, though, my friend, there's a party going on. The top 10 teams are in the club. Who we not letting in? But who's out there? Let them look at the window a little bit. They're kind of hanging around. We say, hey, look, if a couple people leave, you can go in, but only if a couple people leave. All right? For me, making their debut outside the club. Robinson, welcome. Welcome, Robinson Rams. Welcome, Sean Blair. Long time. Happy to see you guys. So they're out there. Fairfax was in the club and they just got escorted out, but they're hanging around. Don't sleep on Fairfax. They could easily get back in. All right. Easily get back in. All right, buddy. That's that right now. I'm kind of down to just two teams kind of chilling outside the club.
I have three.
Oh, you got three.
Yeah, three. I have South County.
Okay.
I have Fairfax.
Okay.
And I have Lake Braddock.
Hey, hang on there, sir. That's three Patriot teams.
Our three Patriot teams.
Wow, you got three Patriots hanging out the club. Actually, I take back what I just said. I'm adding one more outside my club. I'll match your three, and I'll keep it on the Patriot team. West Springfield is outside my club.
I believe all three of those teams are only 500.
West Springfield is indeed outside the club, but they are on the verge of getting back in because I'm impressed. What did we call them earlier? The Cardiac Kids?
Cardiac Kids.
I am impressed. All right, here we go. Letterman's countdown, baby. Top 10. At 10, I'm riding with Herndon. Who you riding with?
I got Marshall.
Okay. At 9, I got Marshall.
At 9, I got Westfield.
Okay. At 8, I have Westfield, buddy. At 8.
At 8, I have Langley.
At 7, you don't even let these guys in the club. They're riding high at 7. 7, I got Lake Braddock. I like what they're doing.
At 7, I've got Forest Park.
Wow. Team from the only team, right? From Cedar Run.
From Cardinal.
Sorry. Only team from Cardinal, right?
Yeah.
Wow, impressive. Good for them. All right. At 6, I got W&L.
At 6, I have Gainesville.
Okay. Now top 5 here, buddy. Top 5. Put your money where your mouth is. This is right here. You lied on the line. 5, Langley.
At 5, I got Patriot.
Okay. 4, I've got Battlefield.
At 4, I got W&L.
Oh, you got W&L higher than I did. 3, I've got Patriot.
At 3, I got Battlefield.
All right, here's where things get crazy. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. 2, everyone knows what I'm going to say. Everyone thinks they know what I'm going to say. Hope you're listening out there. 2, Madison at 2.
I also have Madison at 2.
You've had Madison at 2, my friend. I haven't. At 1, making their debut at number 1. For me, at least. Look, when you dismantle an organization like South County, even on a year where they're not going to win a state title, but on a year that South County is always a phenomenal program. Hayfield, congratulations. You are number 1 in Dash's top 10 list. Maybe the most valuable top 10 list there is in the nation.
All right. At number 1, I have I had the California team.
You're gonna throw some BS California team at us.
I have Oakland Skyline. Oakland Skyline.
No, you don't.
At number 1, I have Hayfield.
Hayfield, the unanimous. All Hitches number 1 right now.
Yeah.
But you got to stay number 1. And you got to keep doing what you're doing because I'll drop. I mean, I've done it before. I'll do it again. Madison's coming off a pretty good win off Chantilly.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good win. I could have kept him there, but I thought that that South County win was a big enough win to jump him. So if I see some other shenanigans happening out there, I can easily make the switch. But right now, Hayfield, congratulations. You've earned it. Earned it.
Meanwhile, with my list, I've left out the what we call them, the Big Ten of NOAA football. I don't have one of them in there.
Who do you not have in there? Patriot?
I no the Big Ten. We call them the big what's it called? We call them the Big Ten. We call it the Patriot.
You call Patriot? You not having a Patriot team. I'm surprised by that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is now though they keep on knocking each other off.
They do.
So I'm gonna bring this back to college football. This was the problem with the Pac-10 or the Pac-12, what do you call it? is that they get into conference play and they just start knocking each other off. USC would go to freaking Oregon State. They lose Oregon State. Then, who else was the other big team? Oregon would go to Cal. They lose to Cal. And so I think inside the Patriot, we've had 2 weeks in a row where we thought we knew what we knew, and it ended up not going the way we thought it was going to go. And so,
Yeah. But I do think I had Braddock at 7. I think Braddock, that was a signature win for the season for them. I think you're going to see Braddock now make their run. Now they make their run.
Yeah. Now,
well,
we'll have some big games next week that'll hopefully clear all these things up. And so
now I think Braddock sails.
Yeah.
To number 1 in the Patriot. I think it'll be smooth sailing.
Actually, looking at my list, the top 2 divisions I have are Cedar Run and the Liberty.
Wow.
I have 3 teams from the Liberty in there and 3 teams from Cedar Run.
Wow. Yeah. Well, a lot of football left, buddy. A lot of football left. And speaking of sailing, this break is brought to you by Dominion Yachts, the largest used boat dealer in the Virginia, Maryland, and D.C. areas. Whether you're an experienced boater looking to upgrade your vessel or a first-time boat buyer looking to hit the water for the first time, allow Dominion Yachts to be your local first mate for all area boat sales. Yeah. All right, buddy. Well, we're about to sail on out of here ourselves, aren't we? I might be sailing back to the D.C. area in the rain tomorrow from Pittsburgh, my friend.
You might be.
But I'm going to stop by somewhere, get some meat and potatoes, because that's how they do it here. We do meat and potatoes.
We do meat and potatoes. Yes, they do.
And I'll get a prime rib for lunch and then go home and just fall into a coma.
Yeah.
Got the AC blasting, my friend. AC is blasting. I'm going to put on my cousin Vinny here in a second, and I'm just going to collapse. That's how we do it here.
Yeah. Actually, I think you have enough time that you can finish the Sunday night football game.
That's true. And we're going to do that. I just saw Derrick Henry run off for 80-yard touchdown run. Still has the young legs. Well, buddy, before you know it, it'll be next Friday. We'll be watching. Actually, weird holiday week. You got JV games are being played on Wednesdays.
I'd say, yeah.
Something like that, something crazy like that. So there might be some football games on Thursday or Friday, depending on.
I think because of holiday, you can't play on. Holiday. I think it's
right.
It's on the Thursday. So.
Oh, okay. So Friday, the games are still going to be on Friday.
But no, the kids no school for a game, right? They just got to play football. They don't worry about taking a test in algebra 2. They just
not a lot of complaints. There will not be a lot of complaints about that. All right, buddy. Well, from Dash and Mesa, thanks for joining us and all Hitches. We'll see you next time.
See you.